Dear ANA community, what do you mean by Vayatah Pariksha? What is the significance of Vayatah Pariksha? What is the importance of Vayatah Pariksha in Vyadhi Vinishchaya, in Chikitsa, or in Ayurveda? This is the topic of discussion in this particular video. Dear ANA community, press the thumbs up button and press the bell icon so that the YouTube algorithms will be fetching you the right information at the right time. Don't forget to spread this particular video to maximum number of true Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. When you think about the Vayatah Pariksha, it comprises of two words, Vayatah and Pariksha. Vayatah refers to the age and Pariksha refers to the examination. In total, the Vayatah Pariksha refers to the examination of the patient or the client visiting you based on the age parameter. Why Vayatah Pariksha is necessary? When you think about the Vayatah Pariksha, it is actually helpful in determining the physical strength of an individual, that is Atura Bala Pramana, whether he is physically strong or weak, or whether he is able to withstand any kind of the mental pressure, that means he is mentally strong or weak, or whether he is emotionally strong or weak. So that can be determined by Vayatah Pariksha. Atura Dosha Pramana. When you think about the Atura Dosha Pramana, how far the dosha vitiation is present in an individual. So that can be decided there. Atura Ayu Pramana. So that means the lifespan of an individual can also be predicted. In total, so the Vayatah Pariksha will be helpful in giving the actually administering the mild potent medicine or the more potent medicine. So that will be the decided based on the age. When you think about the age, they are of three categories: Balya, Madhyama, and Vruddhavastha or Jirna. When you think about the Balya Avastha, as per Charaka, 0 to 30 years is considered to be Balya Avastha or young age. 30 to 60 is considered to be Madhyama Avastha or middle age. And Jirna Avastha 60 to 100, that is considered to be Vruddhavastha. All these are essential to give the potent medicine, whether the person is able to withstand the Tikshna Virya Dravya or Madhyama Virya Dravya or Mrudu Virya Dravya. So that will be decided based on the Vayatah Pariksha. The text says, Charaka Samhita, that says, Vayatascheti Kalapramana Visheshapekshinihi Shariravastha Vayobhidiyate Tadvayo Yathasthula Bhedena Trividham Balyam Madhyam Jirnam iti. Tatra Balam Aparipakvadhatum Ajatavyanjanam Sukumaram Akleshasaham Asampurna Balam Shleshmadhatu Prayam Ashodasha Varsham विवर्धमान धातु गुणम पुनः प्रायेण अनवस्थित सत्व आत्रिंशत् वर्षमुपदिष्टम. This is related to the बाल्यावस्था. मध्यम पुनः समत्व आगत बल वीर्य पौरुष पराक्रम ग्रहण धारण स्मरण वचन विज्ञान सर्वधातु गुणम बलस्थितम अवस्थित सत्वम अविशीर्यमाण धातु गुणम पित्त धातु प्रायम आषष्टि वर्षम उपदिष्टम. दिस इज रिलेटेड टू मध्यमावस्था. अतः परम हीयमान धातु इंद्रिय बल वीर्य पौरुष पराक्रम ग्रहण धारण स्मरण वचन विज्ञानम भ्रश्यमान धातु गुणम वायु धातु प्रायम क्रमेण जीर्णम उच्यते आवर्षशतम. दिस इज रिलेटेड टू Jirnavastha or Vruddhavastha. So now we are going to look into these in a little bit elaborate manner. When you think about the Balyavastha, it is being mentioned in Charaka Samhita, Vimanasthana 8th chapter, 122nd shloka, that is Tatra Balam Aparipakva Dhatum Ajata Vyanjanam Sukumaram Akleshasaham Asampurna Balam Shreshma Dhatu Prayam Ashodasha Varsham Vivardhamana Dhatu Gunam Punaha Prayena Anavasthitasatvam Atrimshad Varshashatam Upadishtam. When you think about this, Aparipakva Dhatum, so the child that will be having the improperly formed tissues, maybe the epithelial tissue or muscular tissue or nervous tissue, they are not properly developed. Or what we can say, Rasadhatu or Raktadhatu or Mamsadhatu, Medo Dhatu, Asti, Majja or Shukra, they will not be properly formed. Ajata Vyanjanam, improperly developed secondary sexual characters, such as the having the beard, pubic hair development. In case of females, as the onset of menarche, etc., or that is menstrual blood flow, etc., that will not be present. That is considered to be Balyavastha. Or what we can say, in case of the girls as such, no proper breast tissue development will also be present. So that is indicative of improperly developed secondary sexual characters. Sukumaram, the child will be having delicate tissues, delicate dhatus, akleshasaham, unable to withstand the pressure or discomfort. So that is the akleshasaham. Asampurna balam, undeveloped or poorly developed physical strength or mental strength or even emotional strength will be observed in this particular Balyavastha. So, Shreshma Dhatu Prayam Ashodasha Varsham. So, here there will be the Kapha Dosha dominance that will be observed in this particular age group, in this particular Avastha. So, that is Balyavastha. So, that is 0 to 16 years. It is Aparipakva Dhatu Avastha, whereas 16 to 30 years, it is considered to be Vivardhamana Dhatu Avastha. So here, this is what is considered to be the Kapha Dosha dominant age group, Balyavastha. When you think about the Madhyama Avastha, we need to know about some of the terminologies, such as Virya. So what is this particular Virya? So it is being mentioned in Charaka Samhita, Charaka Vimana 4th chapter 8th shloka, Viryam Utthanena. So that is, Viryam refers to Arabdha Dushkara Karveshu Vyavritti Manasaha. Even the person is having the difficult activities, he will be having the initiation to do those difficult activities. That is considered to be the Virya of the individual that can be assessed there. In the sense, so we need to know about the MTFARD whenever if you are assessing the Virya. In the sense, so the person will be having the activities only when he is having the adequate feeling. When he is having the adequate thought process, then only he will be developing the adequate feeling to do the activities. When the person is having the right mindset, then only he will be developing the right thought process, which may lead to right feeling. Thereby, the person will be doing the right activities so that he will be getting the right result. That is the life of destiny that can be assessed. So that means whenever a person is doing the high priority action, the term high priority action in the sense, whenever a person is getting up from the bed and he start doing the activity, that is considered to be high priority action. So that is which will be leading to his life's major goal as such. So that is considered to be high priority action and he has to do continuously. For example, if he is an author, if he writes 2 pages per day, in 30 days, he will be writing 60 pages. In 180 days, he will be writing 360 pages. So that is consistently writing 2 pages. In a matter of 6 months, he will be writing 360 pages as such. When you think about if he is a reader, if he is reading 10 pages a day, in 30 days, he will be reading 300 pages. And in 180 days, we will be reading 1800 pages. This is what is considered to be having the consistent action. Or if he is considered to be the, what do you say, that the engineer as such, he has to do the at least the high priority action related to his engineering field. That is actually deciding the virya of an individual. When you think about the Paurusha, it is considered to be decided by Purushartha. Charaka Samhita says, Dharmartha Kama Mokshanam Arogyam Moolamuttamam. So whenever if you want to plan the proper Purushartha, in the sense, he has to have the proper Arogya. So the Purushartha are Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So when you think about this, Dharma, in the sense, what he has to do. For example, a student, he has to study. A person who is considered to be a farmer, he has to plow the field or he has to grow the crops. Or the person who is considered to be a vegetable vendor, he has to sell the vegetables. A person who is considered to be a vegetable farmer, he has to grow the vegetables in the field. So that is actually that becomes the dharma. Or when he is a lawyer, his dharma is to fight against the injustice as such. So that is considered to be dharma as such. Whereas artha in the sense, so that is the outcomes of those activities. For example, it may be money, or it may be the ornaments, or it may be the other as the lands, etc. That what we can say that is the artha. Whereas kama refers to desires, desire of success, desire of achieving high amount of the goals as such, or having the desire of the developing the family, having the desire of having the children, etc. So these are the kama as such. Ultimately, the purushartha leads to moksha, that is the salvation. So that is the main aim of the what do you say, that paurusha. In the sense, so that means whatever he is planning, whatever his desires, etc. So that will be leading to the salvation. So that is considered to be paurusha. In the sense, what he has actually thought of, in the same way he will be moving. So that is paurusha. Parakrama, in the sense, the perseverance and consistent action towards the major or minor goal. In other words, what we can say, it could be a Kaizen technique. Suppose if you are usually running a mile, Kaizen refers to running 50 meters or running 50 meters more than 1 kilometer. So that is considered to be consistently doing that kind of the activity. So that is considered to be the parakrama as such, what we can say. That means perseverance and consistent action towards the major or minor goal. Grahana, that means medham grahanena. So that is grahana refers to granthadi dharanena, in the sense the retaining or information told by the books, etc. Either it may be physical books, or either it may be the e-books, or either it may be the audio books, etc. Or either it may be the book summaries, etc. Retaining the information, so that is considered to be grahana. Dharana, ability to recollect the information at their will and wish. In the sense, he will be recollecting the retained information, so that he will be using it to in some other occasions. So that is what we can say the dharana. Smarana, in the sense smritim, That means memory. So memorizing the information at their will and wish. So that is considered to be the smarana as such. Vachana, in the sense the communication skills. That is providing the information, necessary information to the other people, and listening the information from other persons, so that they will be giving the appropriate informations to the other individual. So that is what we can say the vachana as such. So when you think about the communication, basically two types of the communication are there: verbal and non-verbal. When you think about the verbal communication, the experts say that is verbal communication is only up to 7%, whereas non-verbal, in terms of the body language, facial expressions, tone of the voice, etc., so that will be attributing up to 93%, wherein the body language is only comprising up to 55%, whereas tone of the voice, that is attributing up to the 38%. In the sense, the vachana, in the sense by looking into the hearing the speech, we have to identify the emotions behind the words or right intent behind the words. So that is actually being decided in this particular terminology. Vijnana, Vijnanam Vyavasayena, in the sense what kind of the occupation a person is doing, whether he is having the appropriate information or not, so that will be decided by this parameter. For example, if the person is a farmer, what kind of the crops can be grown in the month of January? What kind of the crops can be grown in May? What kind of the crops can be grown in October or November? What kind of the environment is necessary to grow potatoes or to grow green leafy vegetables? And how much amount of the water is essential for the growth of the potatoes or other vegetables? Is there any better way of growing the crops, etc.? How much time we have to water the plants or crops so that we can have the better yield of the vegetables or crops, etc. So if the person is able to provide such kind of the information, then that indicates he is having the adequate information related to that particular occupation. So this is deciding the one's vijnana as such. Now, based on this, what do you mean by assessment of Madhyama Avastha? So that is Madhyam Punaha Samatva Agata Balavirya Paurusha Parakrama Grahana Dharana Smarana Vachana Vijnana Sarvadhatu Gunam Balasthitam Avasthita Sattvam Avishirnayamana Dhatu Gunam Pitta Dhatu Prayam Ashashti Varsham Upadishtam. When you think about this, Madhyama Avastha, in the sense they will be having the adequate physical strength or mental strength, adequate virya, that is initiation to do any of the activities, adequate paurusha, so that means he will be having the adequate self-awareness, adequate parakrama to do the courage to begin or complete any of the activities, adequate ability to grasp the information, that is what we can say the grahana, dharana, in the sense ability of retention of the information at a desired amount of time, adequate smarana, so that is memory, maybe in terms of the short-term memory or long-term memory, etc. Adequate vachana, in the sense speech, adequate vijnana, knowledge in one particular major domain. So that means these are the qualities that may be observed in case of the Madhyama Avastha. For example, adequate paurusha, in the sense they will be knowing what they have to do, what are their desires, what are their achievements, etc., and what is the ultimate aim of their life, etc. That will be known in this particular Madhyama Avastha. In this way, usually Madhyama Avastha associated with Pitta Dosha dominance. And usually the Madhyama Avastha ranges between 30 to 60 years. When you think about the Jirna Avastha, Ataha Param, Hiyamana dhatu indriya bala virya paurusha parakrama grahana dharana smarana vachana vijnanam Brashyamana dhatu gunam vayu dhatu prayam kramena jirna muchyate avarsha shatam. In the sense, they will be having poor functioning of dhatu because they will be having the dhatu kshaya. Because of that, they will be having the poor functioning of the dhatu, poor functioning of the indriya. In the sense, the vision may be impaired, or hearing may be impaired, or taste perception may be impaired, or the walking may be impaired, or voice may be difficult, or even the folding the subjects may be difficult, or the micturition may be difficult, or defecation may be difficult. So that is poor functioning of the indriya may be there. Poor physical strength as well as mental strength as such. Poor initiation, poor self-awareness, courage to do any of the activities, or grasping the information, or retention of the information, memory, vachana, that is speech, or vijnana, poor knowledge in one's domain, that may be observed in this particular age group, and it is usually having the vata dosha dominance. As far as age group is concerned, 60 to 100 years is considered to be the Jirna avastha. And when you think about the age determination, so this is one particular the classification that is being mentioned based on the external parameters. So this is indicative of the, what do you say, that the male and female body development in different ages as such. This is in terms of the childhood, and this is indicative of the adulthood as such. This is in the boys, and this may be observed in case of the men, in case of the advancement of the age group. This is what is considered to be the Tanner's classification. Take home points. The Vayatah Pariksha is mentioned in Dashavidha Atura Pariksha. So that is indicative of the examination of an individual based on the age parameter. Three types of the age groups are there: Balya, Madhyama, and Jirna avastha. Balya avastha 0 to 30 years, Madhyama avastha 30 to 60 years, and Jirna avastha 60 to 100 years. The main purpose of the Vayatah Pariksha is to administer the appropriate medicine, to administer the Mrudu Virya Dravya or Madhyama Virya Dravya or Tikshna Virya Dravya, or administering the medicine through the different routes as such. So that can be decided by knowing about the Vayatah Pariksha. That's all for today. Dear ANA community, what are the major key takeaways from today's discussion? Mention in the comment box below. What is the one video that you'd like to hear in the coming days in this particular channel? Mention in the comment box below, and spread this particular video to maximum number of 2 Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. That's all for today. Something more in the next video. Thank you.